Hey everyone, welcome and welcome back. Let me just get set up. Try to get set up anyway. Hang on. Just setting up my iPad. Hang on. Okay. All right. So I did a little bit of cleaning of my desk. Well, I guess organizing more like it because I still have other parts of my desk to clean, and I probably should have changed this water before we started. Um, it's fine. I mean, it's not. I like to start with clean water, but I don't feel like getting up, so it's fine. So I want to do some work in my sketchbook today, but I want to show you guys because we are working on completing this book together. So I want to show you guys what I have, and I also, let me just adjust the light. I feel like it's a bit dark, and I think it's because um, I moved the light a little bit back, and I'm gonna put it back. Let me just and hopefully the power doesn't go out because it's been going out off and on. But so we are working to complete this book together as a channel. It's a huge task, but it's okay. So I'm probably gonna work on this page this weekend, but I did finish this page. So I'm gonna bring it a little closer so you guys can see I added some sparkles. So it does sparkle a bit. And I still am working on this page. I have the colors, but I did do the flowers in the metallic. I don't remember if I showed you guys. So I just need a few more things to do. And then I can start on the other side, which is essentially the exact same. That's why I kept the colors. I still haven't decided on if I'm gonna do the inside part or not, but I'm going to probably work on this bit a little bit today, either on stream or off. I'm not sure yet because I want to work in my sketchbook, so I'm gonna do that. And then I kind of was looking at this page, so I don't know, it might be a video or a stream, but I was thinking of doing this page next. And I'm not sure. I might pick two pages once I've kind of, I don't know, I might bounce around, honestly, because they're like this. I can just, this is like the exact same page as the inside cover. So when I color this, I might do the other two at the same time. Maybe. We'll see. But I was looking at a bunch of different pages that I kind of wanted to do. I was kind of eyeing, okay, where is it? Of course, when I'm looking for it. This one I was thinking of doing in that frog page. This one I was thinking of doing too. I gave this one some thought because it's kind of small. So we'll see. But today I want to work in my sketchbook, and I want to use a little bit of everything, and I'll show you what I mean because I've been doing some different practice type things in my sketchbook, and I'm still trying to figure out what medium I want to, well, not necessarily stick with, because I do like moving around in my sketchbook. I'm trying to find a place to put chat because I need to be able to see you guys. And like I said, I haven't quite 100% cleaned up all the way. So, as you can see, I've been getting some practice in with my gouache and also my watercolors. I just don't know, like I'm having a little bit of fun with both, but trying to learn both at the same time is a little crazy. I also use, of course, my paint markers. Um, so in my sketchbook, and then I'll show you this because this I found while I was cleaning up, and this is gouache. I don't know what brand, where it came from, but it still works because I was using it. But I also been mainly kind of sticking with my Hemi gouache, um, which I have here, as you guys see. Some of it is a little dry, but I know how to activate it, so it's okay. Um, yeah, so in my sketchbook, okay, let's start with this page. I did this in gouache, and except for the shiny part right here is watercolor. You can see the shiny part, that's watercolor. But the rest of him is in gouache. And I like how he turned out. I really, my favorite part is the base. This is, so before I jump ahead, so my characters, I was doing a project, or I am doing a project, and the theme of this art project is game night. And my characters have a game that they play. I don't have a name for it yet. Um, and it's similar to Dungeons and Dragons, but there's like cards involved. So it's like kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons trading card thing, but there's little mini figure toys and card packs, and you can collect the cards and the toys, but it's an actual game that they play. So they get together and they play this game. And so this is one of the mini figures that is Miso's favorite to play. And so he likes to dress up as the spellcaster sometimes. So that's what you're seeing here. This is him dressed up as the spellcaster. So, but I did this one in gouache, and I did this one in paint marker. Now the paint marker, it's very smooth on this paper until you start layering it, and then you get like a little bit of a texture, but it's very smooth. The gouache leaves like a, if you can hear it, it leaves like a texture, which I like. I don't have a problem with. It's just kind of cool that the textures are different. This one is also gouache, but this is a little bit more watered down in some parts. So like the book, and I think she's a bit watered down in her cloak maybe. Um, this one I did it in gouache and then I outlined it, which I think I like how that turned out better than outlining it and then doing it in gouache, because ultimately I have to go back over this and outline it. This down here is also gouache, but I haven't quite finished it yet. I just put some layers and marked a little bit where I want some of the shadows to be. This one is, I believe, part gouache and part, no, I think it might all be all paint marker, except for like his nose. He might be gouache. I think he's actually gouache. His skin is gouache or watercolor. I'm not sure which one. Probably the Gonzai Tembi, but I think gouache. But like his hat, his shirt, and the card is paint marker. So I've been playing around. This one is gouache, and I love how it turned out. If I can and it's not finished yet because I still have to finish the toy, but his shirt and him, like him in general, I love how it turned out. And then I was working on Bo. I drew her face kind of weird here, but it's okay. I think I like the gouache, how it's turning out. This one is watercolor. This one came out really cute, but it's not, I don't know, something about it. I think when I want to go for like this look, then I'll use watercolors, but I like this look better. So here's my experiment page. So this is when I start realizing that I think I just want to use a little bit of everything, because over here, the floor is paint marker. His skin is watercolor. And his clothes and his shoes is gouache. Hey, Linda. Hey, View. So that was like a mix of everything. And then for Bo, the floor for all of them is paint marker. Her little thing here, that's her little clasp, is gouache. And I believe everything else is paint marker. And then for Miso, I think all of this is paint marker. Now over here is when this is like them kind of going up against one of the monsters in the card game. And this is all watercolor. I used the Gansai Tambi for this. It's not finished yet, but I was kind of playing around with that, and I used a lot of water here, and it didn't go through at all. It buckled a little bit, but it didn't go through, so that's good. And then over here, so far, just paint marker. So far. So this was just like one project, and then so what I want to do is there are certain pieces of the project that I want to take outside of the sketchbook. So I have here, which is them sitting at the table playing the game, actually playing it. And then I have that one I put on canvas here. You can probably barely see it, but I did put it on canvas, so I am going to use my, probably my, most likely my acrylic gouache. I don't think I'm going to hit this with gouache. I think I'm going to use my acrylic gouache so it stays permanent. And then this one here, which I'm going to redraw. This is just watercolor paper, and I was testing my gouache and my paint marker and my acrylic gouache and all kinds of stuff on here. It's not finished, nowhere near finished. I don't think I like the paint marker too much because it left kind of like a strange texture on it, but everything else worked okay. I don't think the gouache was not opaque enough, so it left kind of, I haven't quite figured out how to get it to look like the acrylic. So, and then the windows is watercolor. So this one's not finished, but this is them standing outside the store. They just opened some packs, and that's that sketch there. And then here's another one that I'm gonna put probably on a smaller canvas. I have one this size, but I don't know if I want it that small. So I'm gonna have to look through my canvases and see if I have something smaller than this. If not, then it'll probably be the same size. Which I don't know I want, because it's gonna be a lot of sky space. Let me see. And I think that might be the smallest. I have no idea what I even did with the rest of my canvases. I might have to look into getting some more sizes because I think this is the smallest size I have before I get to these tiny ones. I don't think I have anything in the middle. And I kind of want, because I can probably get away with this being on this size, I think. I think it should be fine. So I want to put that on a canvas. And then this one, I really like this one so much. So I'll probably put this one on this size. And let me tell you guys how dumb I am. So Yuki, go on. So remember that transfer paper that I got? This here. So when you guys are buying this paper, let me tell you. So here's the transfer paper. Here's the image that I, put on canvas, right? So when you're buying that paper, make sure you don't buy white. Make sure you buy, black, so that you're not transferring white on white, because I went over this image, as you can see with the tape. I went over this image and I went over it about a good 6 times, and I was like, what is happening with this paper, this graphite? It's not transferring. I'm getting annoyed. My dumb self bought white instead of black. So it was transferring all right. It just was transferring in white. So, when you transfer white on white, you can't see it. So what I ultimately had to do was take a pencil, which is what I didn't want to do. That's why I bought the graphite paper. But I ultimately took a pencil, scribbled on the back, flipped it over, and then drew it onto here, which it came out very light, which is good, but I'm gonna have to darken it just a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. But if you buy it, I won't say when, but if you buy the graphite transfer paper, get it in black, and they, probably should make that kind of a bigger note, or a bigger, you know what I'm saying? A bigger warning, maybe? I don't know. But it's fine. I'm going to keep it because I might want to draw on some black paper. Yeah, that's Yuki. Come here, Yuki. You might as well come say hi. Don't get the licking paint, though, because, we know how you are with paint. Go on, say hi. You don't want to say hi today? It's Linda. I know, you can't hear. It's okay. All right. He's like, I don't hear no Linda. I ain't saying it's a trap. He probably thinks it's a trap. So I'm going to put this image onto here because I really like how this one turned out. Look at that giant smile. He's just so happy he finally got the new toy. And this is like their favorite game, so they are ultra excited. So this one, I can't wait because they're standing outside the store and he's getting super impatient. He's like looking at his watch, and they're excited for the new release. And yeah. So then over here, this is just them kind of dressing up as, some of the characters, and Pot doesn't know who he wants to be. Sometimes he's a bard, sometimes he's a sword fighter, but it's okay. He's kind of interchangeable, but Miso likes to be the spellcaster, and she's the dungeon master, so she kind of comes up with the scenarios and stuff. And then, so I think I want to make this one into like maybe a digital print. I don't know. But I've just been having so much fun with this project. So, and then I kind of want to turn some of them into trading cards. So I was thinking maybe these over here into the trading cards. I don't know. We'll see. So that was that project. And then I was kind of working on some Christmas stuff. I definitely want this to be a sticker. I am excited for this to be a sticker. I am excited. I've already lined it. I just need to color it and see what I want it to look like. And then I kind of darkened that a little bit so you guys can kind of see. But that might be a print or a canvas project. I'm not sure. The Christmas project is kind of small because it's already, you know, November. So I know the sticker won't be out in time. So I'm kind of dragging on it a little bit. And then this one, some of these I'm gonna just do like a lot of canvas work. That's the plan. And then I kind of like pushed the Christmas project to the side, and then I came up with two different other ones because I'm coming up with these projects so I can keep kind of working in my sketchbook and not kind of you know, I don't want to pull myself into art block because that sucks. Once you get into art block, it's hard to get out of. So I keep coming up with like different little things that they're doing. So I have two different ones going right now. I have Day at the Beach, where they're hanging out at the beach. I've only done 3 things, but it's kind of interchangeable because the beach and then the other one, which is the carnival or like the fair, they're kind of next to each other. So the carnival is like just off the beach. So they're kind of together. So um, here I have Miso swimming underwater and he found a little bubble sprite. And here he's trying to convince Bo to go to that lighthouse. I did a different version of this in my other sketchbook, but you know, we're not going to talk about how that got lost slash stolen at this point. Hi Amy, how are you? So, um, yeah, so that's what's going on here. And then here's one where he's kind of like got his face dunked in the water. Um, Not really sure. And then I stuck this one in here from, I found a print and I just stuck it in there from the last one. So I think I'm gonna color him today. And then the carnival and fair is when I start, you know, it's over here. But this, I started this at work the other day, so this one's not quite complete. But here is them at the cotton candy stand. And you have Pot and Miso's cotton candy ended up really large for some reason, so he's kind of shocked by it. And then you have Bo over here who's extra shocked because you have this guy. I forgot his name. I have to look it up. But he ended up in her cotton candy, so she's a little shocked. And then I don't know. Here he's like, I don't know. He came out kind of weird. I was trying to do like pose reference, and he came out kind of weird, like taller than normal or something. I don't know. But this I kind of wanted to be like she's pointing at the Ferris wheel, so I was gonna draw like a thought bubble with the Ferris wheel above her head. And then this one I kind of started. It's not quite. I don't. You guys can't really see it because it's very light. Cause it's like the very first sketch. But Miso just won um, the King's Daughter bear. But anyway, so that is that. But I haven't quite got the hang of the gouache yet. But um, it's coming along. So I've just been using my sketchbook to kind of you know, learn it. Even if the images kind of come out messed up, I know I can go over it with my paint marker or something and fix it. Or, I mean, it is a sketchbook, so it's okay if it gets a little messed up. That's what it's there for. So, um, I was thinking of doing that. And then I also kind of want to finish this one. But, just for the sake of the stream, I think we're going to start with this one. So, I will be using my gouache, my Himi gouache. This gouache, I don't know why I didn't write the name of it. I just wrote gouache palette, which was dumb because I didn't write the name of whatever brand this is. It's definitely like a cheaper brand, but I don't know what brand it is. But here it is. And then this palette also, like, I don't even really use plastic anymore. I use the ceramic palette, so this has to be like years and probably decades old. But we're gonna use the Hemi gouache today. And I had my palette. It's around here somewhere. I literally just had it. Oh, right here, guys. It's right here. Okay, and then I didn't clean my water. This water is gross, but you know, it's paint water. I mean, it's semi-clean. It's only got one color in it right now. Okay. So what I normally do is I'm thinking of doing this background in watercolor versus gouache, because I do like the way the background came out in this apple one, and that's watercolor. So I kind of want the same background, I'm thinking, but I don't want to go too heavy on the water because right on the other side is something that I was working on. So I'm like, maybe do paint marker for the background, but I kind of want him to pop and I want the background to kind of not pop. So if I do, I want to see what it would look like if I did a watercolor background, watercolor or gouache, and then do a paint marker on the character. I don't have that, an example of that in my sketchbook yet. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with, just to see how they work together, because I know the paint marker is gonna go fine over it. It's gonna, you know, so I think I'm gonna do a watercolor background versus gouache. Okay, let me see, because I'm not into mixing, and I keep saying I'm not into mixing colors, but it's kind of a lie, because let me zoom out. I end up mixing a lot of my colors without realizing that that's what I'm doing. So like for example, this shopkeeper color, I don't have this color in the gouache, so this was definitely a mix of something, as well as his backpack was a mix of colors, and the base of that was definitely a mix of colors. So I've been like subconsciously mixing colors. I think this green right here was a mix of something. Not the lighter green, but the darker green was a mix of something. So I've been subconsciously mixing colors. But I think I want this to be, the background to be watercolor. So we're going to try that. And I want to, okay, can you guys see? That's the important part. All right. So I think we're going to start with that. I do see some beautiful colors in the gouache, but I want to have an example of watercolor background and paint marker or gouache or something more opaque and poppy on top. So I'm going to pull these out. Now, for the water, I like this turquoise blue. And I think because he's white, so I think that turquoise blue would be nice. So I can start with a base of that. And then have like the corners a bit dark, just a little bit maybe. So I can do like turquoise blue and then maybe bring in some cerulean. So let's do that. Finally, after me rambling, we're gonna actually get some color on the page. Yeah, I don't like to mix the colors, and that is really why, like, when I buy like my sets of paint and things like that, I like to get colors that are already, I don't like to get the primaries. I like to get colors that are already mixed for me, because I don't like to mix the colors, but I subconsciously end up mixing them anyway because a lot of the times there's a color that I want that I don't have. And I'm like, well, what do I do? And the only thing I can do is mix the color. So I think subconsciously I just don't realize I'm doing it. So I have like all these palettes. I have my little gross uh, watercolor napkin white buffer thing, and I need to wash this. So the next time I go washing, that's going in the machine. But anyway, so we're gonna start with some turquoise blue here, and I am just going to, hi Mary, how are you doing? I seen your live earlier. I was kind of laying down napping, so I didn't really chat, but I was watching. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this one out, and I'm just going to dump. I probably should have sprayed this, but it's fine. I'm just gonna dump some water in it, and we're just gonna, yeah, I think that's a good blue. That's gonna look really good next to him because his character is white. So, and I'm just gonna go over this water sprite bubble because he's gonna be in paint marker anyway. So, and I'll come in with a smaller brush to get a little bit closer to him because I don't want to get too close with this one because I'm gonna have to go over him in white, which I'm probably end up gonna have to do anyway because um, oftentimes I end up going over him with some color anyway, so I need to get used to coloring him in white like I'm supposed to. Plus, I don't think this paper is like white because I mean it's white, but I'm able to go over with white paint marker and I can see where I use the paint marker at is what I was getting at. I was struggling a little bit there. It's okay. So I'm just gonna go over this, and it's not gonna be perfect by all means because I'm still very new to watercolor. So, and I'm gonna drag some of that color down just to make it look a little even. This side is not as dark as I want it to be. I don't want it too light. I want it to be kind of dark. And I'm just using a regular paintbrush today, believe it or not. I know that's like ultra rare for me. I like the water brush. But, and then I'm just gonna do the corners a bit darker. Maybe like a little bit around here. I'm just kind of mapping this out. And it's okay if it goes outside the little square. It's not gonna be perfect. I'm just gonna, just a little bit around. And the edges are gonna be a little bit rough. And that's okay, because I'm just gonna come in with a semi-wet brush and kind of unroughing it, I guess. I don't know. That's probably not a word, but You can just do it like that and it'll fix itself. So I am gonna come in with a smaller brush. Let's see. Do I have it small enough? This should do it. I've been playing the Elder Scrolls online. I just kind of started, so I'm only like level 17, I think. But I've been having kind of fun. I've been fishing in the areas, trying to complete the maps and things like that. I'm playing on PlayStation. Just cleaning up around here. Which it probably would have been easier, maybe, I'm not sure, to do the character first, but since he's white, like if it was another character, I could have probably did the paint marker and then did the character with the paint marker and then put the blue over top to make it look like they're really swimming. But I wanted to see how this is going to look. All right, so I got as close to him as I could. Now I'm gonna come back with the bigger brush after I clean this one. And I wanna add some of this other blue, which is a little dark, slightly darker than this other blue that we have here. And I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna come around the edges with just a wet brush. After it dries, so I'm not interfering with anything else. To be kind of like a round-ish shape. All right, so we're gonna let it dry. It's already starting to like pop a little bit, which is nice. I think I'm gonna come in with another darker blue. I'm gonna probably mix this cerulean blue with a little bit of this indigo. I want to see what that's gonna look like. It's giving purple vibes, which makes sense. Maybe I should mix it with something else. Maybe like this blue gray deep. There we go. Okay. There I go, subconsciously mixing colors again. Ooh, working on a puzzle. You look like a pinhead. Why do you look like a pinhead, Linda? Wait a minute. What did I miss? Ooh, a comic book. Okay. I'm also still remembering to be careful because I have that image on the other side, which I can always redraw in a different spot if it gets messed up. It's only in the preliminary sketch part, so it's fine if it gets a little messed up. But so he's in the water and he's found a bubble sprite. I was thinking water sprite. I mean, there's water sprites too, but this one looks like a bubble, so it's gonna be a bubble sprite. And I've gone all outside the square. It's okay. Some of you guys are probably like, what in the world? But there is a reason to my madness. And you can't really see the bubble sprite anymore, but I can see them. Don't worry. We'll put them back. All right, so I'm going to start with a little bit of this lighter. I'm going to bring some of that back. Okay. And we're just going to soften up these edges a bit. All right, now I'm coming in with just water. And I'm just breaking up this. Oh no. Oh, you have to straighten your hair so you can trim it. Oh yeah, I need to trim mine too. I have to do my hair, but I'm gonna do it after stream. Cause I did my hair last week. I washed it, I did everything, and then I forgot to trim it. And I was like, uh-oh. So, you know, I was looking like a wild wolf at work all last week, but it's okay. Yeah, it seems like there's always a method, but I don't always know how to get that method across what I'm trying to do, but I think I'm doing okay at the moment. It looks a little crazy up here, but we're gonna move it around just a tad bit. All right, and just water one more time. And then we're gonna let it do what it do, and we're gonna see what it looks like when it's done. Whoops, caught him in the ear there. It's okay. You're okay, Miso. Miso. Jesus. Okay. There we go. And then if you don't like the watercolor look, which I like, so it's fine, you can always go with some colored pencils or something over top. But the goal here is to see what the paint markers are gonna look like. I'm just pulling that back a little bit. Okay. So, if anybody's wondering, that is a combination of turquoise, which was the base, and then I added some cerulean to kind of go around the middle-ish, like the edges from the, I'm going dark to light, light being in the middle. So this is like the middle. And then I threw in, originally I threw in some indigo, but it was starting to look purple. So instead of the indigo, I went with the blue gray deep. So it's a combination of this and this cerulean blue that gave me that darker edge. I didn't put too much of this. So it should look something like that when you're done. I don't know. I don't have the exact measurements, guys. I'm sorry. Now, I'm scared for this image on the other side. Oh, it's fine. It's safe. It didn't go through, thankfully. So when that dries, I'll go over it with, the paint marker. I kind of want to use that same water color down here. But I want to do this one in gouache at the bottom. I'm really random, husband. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I hope he gets better. Okay, so I'm not gonna rush that to dry, but now I'm gonna have an example because we have straight paint marker, straight gouache, gouache with a little bit of watercolor. I don't have too many backgrounds filled in. This one over here is gouache. This one's gouache and paint marker. So that's my first example with a watercolor background because this one is all watercolor. So this will be the first one with watercolor background with gouache or paint. I think I'm going to do paint marker because if I do gouache, that blue might run into it. And I don't want that fight. So I'm bringing the white paint marker for miso, and then I don't know what color. I guess I can keep his color theme going with the orange and the brown. He can have like an orange and white striped swimsuit maybe, and then yeah, I'll do orange and white swimsuit, and then I'll do his glasses green because he has green in his color scheme too. I think they all have a little bit of green in their color scheme. I still haven't quite figured out Cole's main outfit colors yet. So I mean, I have her like in her work jumpsuit, which she wears kind of a lot, but outside of that, I don't have a set color scheme for her clothes, which is kind of sad. I need to do that. I probably had something close to it in my other sketchbook, but I don't remember. So gonna have to come up with something because I came up with, I like the one that I have for, and I'm just rambling until that dries, but I like his color scheme, Pots. So Pots and Miso's is pretty set. This one here, I cannot, I don't know. I have to figure it out. I do like, so her cloak, when she does wear it, it's going to be like a salmon color, like a pinky salmon color. He doesn't, I don't think he has one yet. We'll have to get him one, and I don't know what color it's going to be. So for now, he doesn't have one. But I can't figure out, like, you see, I haven't colored anything here because I don't know what color I want her clothes to be. So And I don't want to pick anything outrageously loud like purple. I kind of want it to synergize with the other characters a little bit at the very least. So I don't know. We'll have to see. That is a lot of water that I put on there though. Um, but anyway, so those are the colors that are used for that. And there's also like some gold and like they have white gold, bluish gold, I think, and just regular gold. I think this is bluish gold. Yeah. Um, but I'm getting my money's worth out of these things. I am using them, even though it doesn't look like they're going anywhere much. There must be a lot of paint in these things because, I mean, I can see the indentations a little bit, but I like something that lasts, so I'll take it. Because I hate when you get something and then... Yeah, so my sketchbook, the one that was stolen, because I'm calling it stolen at this point because whoever picked it up still has it. My goal was to get used to drawing my characters. I had goals in that one, which I need to put back in this one. I usually put them in the front here, but I think I'm gonna put them... I was gonna do like a welcome to my sketchbook page right here. Oh no, I closed it. Okay, it's fine. I was gonna do like a welcome to my sketchbook page right here, but I think I'm just going to skip that for this sketchbook. I drew like some thumbnails of it right here. So I think this is gonna be like the welcome page, even though it's a little bit, or I might move the things that are over on this side because I have some things taped in here. So I might move a few of them and tape my goals on that side and still do my welcome page because I was trying to figure out which welcome page I wanted to keep because all of the thumbnails, I ended up liking all of them and I couldn't settle on one, so that's why it's still blank. Might work on that at work maybe. So that's dry-ish, not quite dry yet. So I'm going to set up the gouache while I wait for that to dry because I do want this bottom one in gouache. So, but anyway, so my goal, because I had goals, or I do still, but you know, I was almost halfway through the other one. But I wanted to get used to drawing my characters because there's supposed to be a story that kind of goes with it, even though I haven't done the story yet. I've just done like bits and pieces and a little bit of the first part of the story where I'm like, okay, you know, this is what's going to happen first. And essentially the first part of the story, which was one of the last things I was working on, was, wow, okay. So this little thing just kind of got stuck to the lid of the gouache. It kind of got stuck and flipped over into another color. So like I was saying, and my goal was to get used to drawing my characters, draw them in different scenes, so getting used to drawing them not just standing, because before I used to just draw them and they would just be standing doing nothing, and no expression or anything, they would just be standing. So I wanted to get used to them, drawing them in different, you know, scenarios and things like that, because if I'm going to do a coloring book or a graphic novel or whatever, I need to be used to drawing my characters and drawing all of them. So Miso, Bo, they're kind of like the main characters, so I really want to get used to drawing those two the most. And then, you know, Pot is there, that's one of their friends, and the king's daughter is also one of their friends, but they don't know that she's the princess. She kind of keeps it hidden for a while. They eventually find out, but you know, she tries to keep it hidden. So I wanted to do, I think, like mini stories. Um, but there's a lot of mysteries and things going on, and you know, I wanted to get used to drawing them because there's going to be like, you know, different drama type of things going on. So I wanted to make sure that I was able to draw the characters doing different things and having different expressions, and you know, they're not out here having same face syndrome. So, and then I also wanted to get used to like drawing them not just standing, which I noticed that I'm still kind of having a little bit of trouble with, but I guess because it's a scene, it just looks like they're standing. But like here, you know, you can see him, he's like excited, so his hands is in the air and he's looking at his watch. Bo is still kind of just standing there because she's normally looking at them both like, you guys are crazy, but I love you anyway. So um but I'm trying to draw them, you know, in different poses. So like here, he's like super excited because he's got like a really cool card. And when you look at Miso, he's like, man, look at this card I just pulled, this one sucks. And you know, she's happy with the one she got, even though she doesn't really use the cards. She likes to collect them for the pictures. So she often trades her cards if they're really good ones. Sometimes she'll trade them or she'll sell them to the shopkeep and get different things that she likes. But um, because she's the dungeon master, she doesn't really she collects the cards that she likes the most, like her favorites, but the other ones she usually sells or trades to other people so she can buy different stuff. Um, these two are always trying to swindle her out of her favorite cards, though, and it doesn't work. But if you can see here on Miso, I actually used white. So you can see the white is different from the sketchbook white. So when I do this one, um, we will see the difference. It'll really pop, especially because I have to go over some of this blue. But I really try to draw them doing, I don't know, I'm trying to bring the scenes to life, especially if some of these things I want to create like coloring pages for. So like this one, not saying I want to make it into a coloring page, but if I did, at least he's doing something. You know, he's not just standing there. He's got like all this stuff he's trying to buy. He's got no more room in his basket. Like he's just doing a lot in this card shop. So and then you've got Miso in the back looking at the collectibles, trying to figure out which one he wants. So I'm trying not to have them just, you know, doing absolutely nothing besides just standing there. Like right here is an exception. They built the snowman and they're standing next to it, almost like they're taking a picture. But then you have him on a carnival ride over here, and you can see he's like, ears are being blown back. He's excited and probably scared at the same time, type of thing. He isn't just sitting in the cart. So I want to practice different poses and different scenarios and different things. So that brings about that. And so that's kind of what my sketchbook is. It's going to be filled with them because that's kind of the thing. I don't really want to draw fan art and all that other stuff. I want to, you know, kind of stick with my characters and their lives and what's going on with them so that I can create that story. So okay, so this is definitely still wet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move forward here. Now with the gouache, I do like to use water brush, but I also like to use regular paintbrush. I haven't quite figured out which one I like the most quite yet. So for this one, I'm thinking, you know, I might do the characters in paint marker and then hit because I have more control with the paint marker, so the characters aren't going to come out weird. But then I figure if I keep doing that, because he came out really good, and he was gouache and watercolor. Um, but they pop more because they're in paint marker, and I like the way that the paint marker pops. So I think they will be in paint marker, and the background can be gouache. And I think I might like the look of the characters popping in the watercolor or gouache background. So in that case, here's where we have to figure out Bo's color scheme. I was heavily thinking of putting her in all brown, but I'm like, I kind of like the salmon pink color. So I do know I want that part of her color scheme, but I need to figure out something that goes along with it. And I was thinking like a orangey yellow. Since he's in orange, I think maybe an orangey yellow, what kind of, but she's already yellow, so it would definitely have to be like an orange, closer to orange. And since he already has orange, it's kind of like, and I can even put her in, I really don't want to lean towards purple, but I'm thinking towards like pink, like salmon pink for sure. Because I like the color of this coat cloak against her yellow skin. So this might be like her main color, just like his main color is orange. Um, so I'm thinking that can be her main color. But then I need a good color to go along with it. I mean, I can keep the tan. I think it goes good with tan. So we'll go with that. But I think I want her outfit to be hey TaylorMade. Oh, the fun. Oh yeah. Oh Mary, trust me. I know. I keep mine very close. Um, I don't. I mean, I have the pages tabbed where there is like the research page because I have a habit of just drawing from my head and not doing references too much. So I keep coming back to that research page because I'm not good at researching and I need to learn how to do that. But I have the pages marked like with the poses, the different poses. And sometimes I will just kind of flip through here and just see like what's making these pop and what, you know, is making it stand out as a pose. And then I have like the expressions, which, you know, my characters, they all have dot eyes, but there are other ways I can make their faces expressive. Like, you know, I added eyebrows to them, so they will have eyebrows, but their mouths and things like that can also kind of assist in the rest of their body language. And then the costume page, I just have like different pages marked. Trust me, I keep it close. I keep it close. I keep my creature design one close too because my guys aren't human. Um, Markers and watercolor pop more than my gouache did in my coloring books. Okay, yeah. So with the gouache, you have to, which is what I'm noticing, if you want it to pop, because this is gouache, right? And it pops. It pops almost like the paint marker does. But then when you go to him, he doesn't pop as much. Um, and the more water you add to it, the closer to watercolor it's gonna look like. So if you want it to pop, you need to make sure it's like pretty kind of thick, I guess. Um, my creatures book. So I have creating stylized characters and I have creating stylized animals. I said creatures, but you know, same difference. I keep those pretty close too. So this is the same by the same people. Um, and they just kind of go over how to the shape and everything of the creatures and the poses of them and everything. And I want to do like a forest scene. So I'm going to come back to this book pretty soon and kind of learn how to draw some forest creatures at some point, hopefully. So he's still wet. Okay. So why am I having to push my? It's almost like my thing is a little bit off or something because I've never had to push. Oh, I might need to come back one more. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. I'm like, I've never had to push my thing that far up my desk where I can't even reach it. Okay, that makes more sense. All right. So, wash in the background, like I was saying. So, for the sand, which is what they're kind of walking on, and which is also why I'm not going with tan. I'm going to go with the salmon pink because the sand is going to be kind of salmony. And also, I thought I swatched my Hemi gouache, but I can't find the swatch sheet. I don't think I actually swatched them, which is crazy. I've just been picking them out of the thing, and yeah, but anyway. Um, so I have my gouache palette here, which you can see I have like the colors I was using for bow and the spellcaster I was working on. I used way too much purple, but that's okay. I want to get another one of these. This is like a perfect little mixing thing. And I use a lot of browns. Like still, I use a lot of muted colors, even in my sketchbook. So I have my little stirring thing and my little scooper that I use for my gouache and my spray bottle, which is around somewhere. And I just spray. Like, what color am I going to use for the sand? And I think I'm going to start with this, like, weird beigey color down here at the bottom. So I just spray it, as you can see, because they're drying faster than I can use them. But that's why I got the little stir thing. Yeah, it's ceramic. And I just put a little bit. I don't bother stirring the whole thing anymore because um it just dries right up again. So I'm just gonna clean this little piece right here. Yeah, it is ceramic. I like to use the ceramic ones better than the plastic because they're easier to clean. So I just cleaned this one. So I put a little bit, I just scooped some out. It's probably too much, but we're gonna find out. But scoop a little bit out and I just scoop it into here. I have like a little pellet knife thing. And I just scoop it onto the... Now I'm pretty sure that's not how you're supposed to do that, but it's okay. And then, you just get a little paper towel or something and just wipe it off. It's fine. And I like to use my water brush with the gouache. So I have my Faber-Castell one here. But like I was saying, if you want it to be kind of thick, if you want it to kind of pop, you don't want it watered down too much. Unless you do. I mean, it's totally up to you. But I'm just gonna put some of this down. And this first layer is gonna be kind of like watercolor. It won't be like perfectly colored. I might need to switch to the paintbrush. Not enough water coming out of here. All right. I was trying to be well, not be fancy, but I was trying to use the the water brush for ease of access, but that quickly did not work. So going back to the paintbrush, now I feel like I don't know how to use a water brush. Now that I've been working with my paintbrushes, it's weird. Oh, it's not as thick as the Himi gouache. Okay. Yeah, the Himi gouache, it gets pretty thick for some reason, which I don't mind, because I like it when it looks more opaque. That's why I like the acrylic gouache, because I like the opaque look versus the watercolor look. And we're just gonna squeeze that in there. Y'all don't do that. Switch the brush if you need to. Don't be like me. But this is like not a final piece. This is just my sketchbook. So I can be slightly messy if I want to be. Slightly, because y'all know if I mess up, I'm going to have a heart attack. So yeah, so I've just been, kind of trying to get used to these things. I've been watching a lot. I've been falling down the YouTube rabbit hole of people painting with gouache. And I'm like, man, you guys make that look real easy. And it's not. It's not. It's nowhere near the same as acrylic gouache. So, and I like the Himi paintbrushes though. I do give them that. They are pretty nice. Um, I find myself using those the most alongside my Princeton Snap brushes. And this one cheap brush that I can't even remember where it came from, or some of my favorites. I don't have any expensive brushes. I don't think you need, I mean, some people say you do, but for like sketchbook work and stuff like that, I don't think you need an expensive brush. Just grab whatever works. My favorite brush is a brush that doesn't even have a brand name, that came from God knows where. Um, I don't think you need an expensive one for sketchbook work. Now, if you're doing final work and stuff like that, maybe, but I don't know, because I've done some final pieces and my little cheap brushes worked fine. So I would rather have the expensive paint than the expensive brush. Plus, I'm kind of messy with my brushes. They don't last very long. I mean, they last, but they don't, they get beat up quite a bit. And like I said, I'd rather have the expensive paint. Um, let that dry a bit. It's already kind of drying though. Dries faster than this. This is almost dry. I want a nice blue, and I'm looking at a nice one, and I see it and I want it. I am gonna wet it a bit though, because it's looking crazy. Ooh, we've been on here for a while, guys. What have I been doing? Rambling the whole time? No one answer that. I most likely have been rambling the whole time. It's okay. We can always pick this up next week. Well, it'll probably be done by then. And then I'll just come back and show you guys the process, or what, you know. Because sketchbook work, like coloring wise, I color in it. I don't take, obviously, my Himi gouache to work. This thing is huge. So the coloring gets done at home. So like I usually do the sketches. Sometimes I'll sketch at home, but I usually do the sketches at work during my downtime. And then sometimes I will line the work at work too. I'll get my line work done there. It just really depends. But I get all that done so that when I'm off, like today, I can just do the coloring part. Which I haven't quite figured out if I like the coloring part more, which I think I do, but I also like the sketching part because I like coming up with what they're doing for, you know, like the carnival one's going to be pretty fun. So with that one, I need to research like, hey, different things that go on at the carnival and not just, you know, because I need to look up references and stuff. I'm trying to add some texture to this. I don't know if it's working out so well. This one needs to be a bit darker. So, yeah, so I just wanted to pop on. I didn't pop on yesterday. I was so tired and the power went out twice and I was just like, okay, listen. And we don't know why it's doing it. It hasn't done it today yet. So, hopefully it's done. He got some new surge protectors to go into the walls and stuff just in case some foolery happens. So I just spent yesterday resting and playing the game when the power was available to me, and I was like, I can't stream like that. It's not gonna work. Because we all know my luck already with stream, so trying to get as close to him as possible. Get me getting super close. Okay. So, and then for the sky, which I think I want it to be bright. Like I want a nice, but I don't want it the same color as that, obviously. But like a different kind of blue, and I'm eyeing this blue that I have right here. I don't know what kind of blue this is. This is like a powder blue, maybe? I don't know. It's kind of dry, so I'm just running my brush through it. But I can't remember if I got this brush from Temu or if I don't. This isn't a Hemi brush. This one I think I got from Temu. Don't quote me though. So I'm just this is gonna be the sky color, but I'm just gonna like kind of patch this through so it can be like kind of cloudy. I don't know. Does it look like clouds? Maybe a little bit. No. Okay. I guess it kind of does a little bit. It's fine. It's fine. We're doing it. It's too late. Okay. That can be one big cloud right there. And then drag some of that in. Ooh, y'all. This is what I get for being adventurous. It looks kind of like, okay, I mean, maybe if you squint really hard. Okay, it's fine. And then we'll just drag some of that up there, a little bit down here. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I was trying to use the white space, okay? I hear that's a thing too, but I don't know how to do that quite well, clearly. Just gonna put in some darker spots here and there. I feel like there should be a brush for this. It might be a brush for this. Anybody know if there's a paintbrush for this? Let me know. I don't know if I'm doing this right. But you know, if it looks like clouds, then hey, but if not, then you can always fix it. Oh, good. I did it. Okay, thank goodness. Cause jeez, sometimes y'all know if you guys let me run wild, I start experimenting on stuff. But that's what the sketchbook is for. You're supposed to experiment. So, all right. I guess it kind of looks like clouds. It's a very cloudy day. It's okay. Maybe it'll rain later. um, I'm leaving this part kind of empty because once I darken this part, the sea, this part up here is going to be just a tad lighter. So I want to finish that first, but I want that to dry a little bit because you're supposed to wait until it dries between layers or something like that so that you're not, I guess, reactivating it so fast or something. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm just here. All right. Linda says I did it right, though, so good. I could probably get away with doing this whole thing in gouache. Not really, because I'm not doing that lighthouse in gouache. It's way too small. I have a detail brush, but um, my detailed hand is not very sturdy. We'll see. This is supposed to be rock. I'm trying to see which color I like the best. I do like the lighter one, but I think I'm going to go with this brown. Mix them together, I guess. Okay. I don't want it to look so dotty, though. It looks kind of artificial. Okay. There we go. All right. So I won't be on here too long. Let's grab the white because I don't even know. I don't know what time it is. Let me see. Okay. Oh, you were playing the game? What game were you playing? Okay, so let me grab white. I think we're safe to color in miso. Well, once I finish my hair, I'm gonna go right back to playing Elder Scrolls, most likely. Let me close this water because I see myself knocking it over. Okay. You know, you gotta make sure you shake the life out of the pencil. I mean, out of the pen, so that the color comes out decently. Okay. Because and I can already see the difference. You can see it kind of popping up. I could have just used white acrylic paint too, but this is a bit more accurate. And it's gonna go right over this blue. So you see that piece of blue right there? Gone. instantaneously. And then when this dries, I'm gonna go over it obviously with the shadows. Since he's underwater, I would assume it's gonna be more shadow than light. Or we can go more light than shadow if we really want to get dynamic, but we'll see. Maybe I'll finish it today. So you wanna, I don't necessarily have to go over all of him, but ever since I found out that the white kind of pops, I've been going over, been wanting to, because it kind of makes him stand out a bit more, so. There's the shady ice cream truck going by outside. It's a bit shady because he's in like a kidnapper van with a deep freezer in the back, so I don't go to that ice cream truck. It's not even a truck, it's a van with a deep freezer in the back. He's got like, I don't know, it just looks creepy. It looks like he has good snacks and stuff, but And everybody around probably has the same thought process because no one ever stops him, so. Everybody around here is probably like, nope. Not sending my kid to that van for no ice cream. Now's the best time to have ice cream too, but I'd go to the store and get my ice cream before I do that. All right. So I'm leaving this part a little bit not white since he's wearing the goggles. It just defeats the purpose. Okay. So, covered him in white, although it probably doesn't even look like it, but done. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here. I need to do my hair. It doesn't seem like we got much done, but you guys helped me with my thought process today. And I mean, we did get some done. We got, this watercolor background was, I think, the main highlight here. Maybe my makeshift clouds, they look kind of okay. Linda said I did it successfully, so that's an A+ in my book. Yeah, so here's what my paint water looks like if anybody's interested. I don't know, I always like to see what the last color is, but cool. So later today, I'll probably work on it some more. Here's what the back side looks like. This is a really good sketchbook because that's a lot of water I used, and my image is safe. It buckled, but that's about it. It didn't go through or anything. So I don't feel like I need to move this down. Now for this one, I'm probably going to use paint marker just so it doesn't affect anything on the other side. I don't know if it will or not, but don't put it in the fridge. Right. Oh no, this is getting poured out right now and subbed with some cleaner paint water. But yeah, so this is how I've been keeping myself busy. If you guys have any suggestions on what you want them to do next, I'm still not finished, but having a nice list of things to work on would be fun. I'm still on this project because I still haven't done any of the canvas work for any of these. But following that, hopefully I have enough sketches for beach day and the carnival fair. I do like this one. I don't know. I could probably put this one on a canvas. That would be cute. And maybe turn this one into like a trading card. I don't know. Maybe. Are you licking paint? What are you doing down there? Don't lick that. It's non-toxic, but don't lick it anyway. That's weird. Um, yeah, so, hopefully I'll have a few more sketches. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get back where I was. So, making some small project progress. But the other one, I was moving a lot faster because I wasn't really coloring things in. I had started to go back and color things, but this one I'm coloring as I go. So it's definitely taking longer. But I think with the projects, it's making me, I don't, I mean, I draw every day, but some days where it's like, okay, I'm going to take a break. I still find myself like when I come home, I'll sit down and I'll do a little bit. So I'd like to keep that up if I can. So this is my drawing for the day. I definitely will probably come back later. I don't know if I'm going to come on live later or not. We'll see. But if I do, then we'll continue working on it. But for now, I need to go and do my hair because this is what happened last week. I sat around and I kind of goofed off and I rushed through doing my hair and I didn't trim it and I was looking wild last week. So thanks for coming to hang out. There is this will be did. I just really like the background on that. It's still like in some places a little rough, but that's okay. I mean, it's watercolor. I think it's supposed to look like that. And this is our start of our gouache scene we got going on down here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys are all caught up on my sketchbook and you guys are caught up pretty much on everything that I've been thinking about. Yeah, my hair, I can't go to work wild this week. Um so yeah, so I'm gonna keep you guys posted. We didn't get to color Johanna today, but that's okay. She's not going anywhere. I'm trying to balance coloring and art, but art's been kind of taking over a little bit, which is why I'm trying to focus on like one coloring book, which is Magical Worlds. So I have that on my desk and my sketchbook, and that's it. I might pull out Small Victories or Ivy and Inky Butterfly, but I'm trying to really focus on art here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I will catch you guys later. Thanks for coming to hang out. Bye.